Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello. It's time for Facebook Live. So, I'm Barb at barbstamps.com, and it's time for Facebook Live, which means it's 7 p.m. Central. No. 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Mountain, and 4 p.m. Pacific. So welcome. I was not live last week. I missed you guys. Stampin' Up! Was having a Leaders Summit event, and I thought that it started on Thursday, which it did, but I thought it was like an all afternoon thing. It wasn't. It was only for a couple of hours, if I remember right. And so I probably could have gone live, but I didn't know that I could have. Anyways, check your calendar, Barb. That's the moral to that story. So things just come up quickly sometimes and you're not prepared, and I was not. So hello, everyone. Who do we have joining us tonight? We have Kristen and Barbara and Bonnie and Lynn. Hello, Lynn, Pam, and Barbara. Barbara, you have an amazing name. Just want to say that right now. So I hope everyone's doing good. We are doing really well here. It's been super hot and, of course, fiery, which I'm sure it's been fiery lots of places. It was kind of crazy yesterday. We had some pretty decent winds down here yesterday, and I went out last night to drop some things in the mail with my husband and my son, so we were going to get some ice cream. And we kind of walked outside and we were looking around thinking, wow, it's kind of smoky out here. What the heck is going on? You know, where's there a fire? But there wasn't any fire around us. So we started driving into town. Ooh, Teresa's working on her Big Shot class project. So yay, Teresa. I'm going to have to change the name of that class, Teresa, because I'm going to have to change it to the Stampin' Cut and Emboss class or something like that. So we were heading into town. The closer we got to town, the more smoky it was. And it was actually really eerie because there was no fires around where I mean, like right around where I live, but it was super, super smoky. It smelled, it was just awful. Well, come to find out, there's some pretty raging fires up in Montana where they were actually evacuating some towns, and the winds yesterday apparently were blowing super hard, and they blew that smoke down here into Wyoming as far then down to Casper, which is 2 hours from here. So it was really, really crazy and really freaky because we were just thinking, what the heck is going on, you know? But so prayers to all those people in Montana and actually everywhere where there is crazy fires going on right now. We are, of course, under a fire watch. It's super dry here. It's hot. Perfect fire weather. So I am not going outside because I stay in this basement, my delightful stamp room, which is in the basement of my home. But I am very lucky that I have very nice lighting in here, and I do have a window that I do get a lot of light from, so that's pretty fun. So let's see, who else do we have? Teresa's working on her projects. Carol's here, Vicky's here, Dolly's here. Let's see, we have Debbie from North Carolina. Hello, Debbie. So I hope you guys, like I said, I hope you're doing great. We're doing great. My kid is back to school. I mean, I don't know what's going on where you guys live, but where we live, the kids are in school. Masks are mandatory. My son's not super excited about that, but he is wearing it. And so I just keep my fingers crossed that he can stay in school because online is not really the greatest. I'm not a fan of that at all. And he, well, he doesn't want to go to school. I think he would prefer the online learning, but he doesn't really learn that much. Oh, someone said my hair looks cute. Thanks. I did get it done a couple weeks ago. After the last time I was live, I did go get it done because it was super blonde and it was way too long. And so my beautiful hairdresser, Katie, toned it down quite a bit. So it's a lot darker, which of course it's fall. So you need to have, my hair is a little bit darker. And yeah, so, oh, Valerie's asking how my daughter's doing. Ugh. She's at the University of Wyoming, and it's like it is everywhere else. They were planning to go, first they were going to go, it was going to be in person in the beginning. Then it wasn't. Then they were going to maybe go in person beginning September 28th. They're having kind of a staggered move-in plan while my daughter's not living on campus. Other kids are, so they're kind of staggering when the kids are moving in. They had some confirmed cases yesterday, so they went to a pause, which means for 5 business days, nobody does anything. If you live in the dorms, you cannot leave your floor. You have to stay on that floor with those people you live with. If you live in a sorority or frat house, you have to stay in that house with those people. If you live off campus, you're supposed to stay in the place you're living with your roommates. It's just kind of crazy. And I mean, I get it and I don't get it because the college experience, she's getting robbed of the college experience, as are millions and millions of other kids. But I don't care about the other kids. I only care about mine. Anyway, so I feel really bad for her because she's, while she's a super fun person, she's a little shy. It takes a little while for her to get to know people, so she doesn't have a ton of friends down there. And of course, now the friends that she does have, they don't live together, so they aren't supposed to be together. So, you know, even though you have a couple, like she lives with a guy and a gal, they're not together, they're just all friends, but she doesn't really know them that well. And the other people that she knows don't live with her, they live somewhere else. So now for the next 5 business days, which of course doesn't count the weekend, so it's like 7 days, she's supposed to sit in her house and do nothing. It's just super frustrating. So I feel bad for all of them. Anyways, yeah, so that's what's going on with her. So I just keep praying and keeping my fingers crossed that on September 28th, they will be able to actually go to some in-person classes where she can actually get out of that house and maybe go work out, go hang out in the library, you know, something. So anyway, enough about that. So we did have our big Stampin' Up! Leaders event last week. It was all, of course, virtual, but it was amazing. I learned so many things, you guys. I can hardly wait to implement them with my team. Because it was a leadership event, so it was geared towards leading a team, not necessarily, you know, sales to you guys as customers, but leading a team. And so I'm super excited to implement some of the things that I've learned for my girls. So stay tuned, girls. I've got a lot of fun stuff coming your way. And yeah, it was really, really informative and really, really fun. So, ooh, I see Dora Lynn is watching. Guess what, Dora Lynn? I have a prize for you from commenting a couple weeks ago when I was live. I actually have the prize. I drew your name and you're the winner. So message me real quickly with your address and I will get this out to you. So congratulations, Dora Lynn. And it's just so funny that I happened to see you pop up and I knew that I had the prize for you. So now I can set that aside because I've taken care of that. So congratulations, Dora Lynn. I also wanted to show you guys, I did my alternative projects for my paper pumpkin from August. And here is one of them. Of course, it's backwards, but I mean, you get the gist. We got a nice little Dainty Diamonds folder there. I did kind of, what do you call that? Pleat my ribbon around my little circle here. And then I did a tag out of the card that was there and then added some ribbon. And then my other one used one of the die cuts in the set and I just stamped those things in there. And then I do have this, Pinewood Planks folder on our metallic cardstock that I did for the background there. So these are my alternate projects. I'll be posting them on my blog hopefully in the next couple days. But I wanted to let you guys know that all of my Paper Pumpkin subscribers get a tutorial every month that has about 20 alternate projects in it. 2 of them are mine, so now you've seen the 2. And the rest are of fellow demonstrators, friends of mine, and we get together and we all submit some alternate projects and then we gift them to our customers. So yeah, if you're one of my Paper Pumpkin subscribers, then you already received your file full of alternate ideas. So you're welcome. Just another little thing I like to offer my customers, and I actually give that to my downline as well. All my team members also get that from me too. So that's another little perk of being on my team. And while we're talking about being on my team, Stampin' Up! Has offered an amazing promotion for the month of September to all of you people who are not demonstrators, but should be. You should sign up to be a discount shopper. If you're watching me, obviously you're interested in Stampin' Up! You're probably buying Stampin' Up! So you should be buying Stampin' Up! And getting a discount on it. And in the month of September, is a perfect opportunity for you to do that because you can get, or you will get, 2 free stamp sets in addition to the $125 that you choose in your kit. You will also get a package of rhinestone gems, and then you will get 16 cardstock kits from Stampin' Up! And these are each, you get 8 of this one, 8 of this one. And yeah, so you're going to get 16 cardstock kits, 2 stamp sets, and a pack of rhinestones in addition to the $125 that you get when you join Stampin' Up! So you choose anything you want for $125, and guess what? You can choose the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine if that's what you want to put in your kit. Yeah. So the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is $120. It's a screaming deal because I'm going to show you some more amazing things about it today in our Facebook Live. And then you just add something else to that for $5 and you get it for $99. No shipping and tax if you live where there's tax. So immediately you've already saved $32 on the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Then you can go and place, then all your orders that you place from that point forward, you get it 20% off. So, I mean, I don't know why everyone's not a demonstrator. And you, everybody that I'm talking to right now, you should be a demonstrator. Obviously, you're buying your products and you should be a demonstrator. Of course, unless you already are a demonstrator, then you can't sign up twice. But if you're not, you absolutely should be. So I am going to turn the camera because I want to show you a few cards that I have made with those free stamp sets that you'll get in your kit if you sign up in September. And oh, you also get a prepaid paper pumpkin code. So you will get an email from Stampin' Up! If you sign up between the 1st and the 15th of September. Shortly after the 15th, you'll get an email from Stampin' Up! With a paper pumpkin code. So you go to the Paper Pumpkin website, plug in the code, and you can get a free paper pumpkin kit. If you sign up between the 16th and the 30th, your prepaid code will come after October 10th, because they don't want everyone that signs up in September to want the same paper pumpkin kit, because they don't want to run out. Because we have all these other people that are already subscribers, and they kind of plan, you know, they try to plan accordingly, like how many subscribers they currently have. So they order that many kits plus some extras, and they have some high expectations that we're going to get a lot of new demonstrators this month. So I want you to join my team. Okay, let me flip the camera, and then we'll get to some stamping here. All right, hang on with me for just a second here. You know, I'm kind of anal, so I got to use my little leveler and make sure that my camera is level, because I do find that that's kind of annoying. If it's not, then it just looks a little wonky. Okay, sorry for all the bumpiness. And, oh, I see Charlene's on here. Charlene is on my team of demonstrators, and she did get the paper pumpkin goodies emailed to her already, so yay. Okay, quickly, the last time I was live, these are the projects that I made. I made this fun watercolored card using the Gather Together bundle. I think it is. Maybe, is it a bundle? I think it's a bundle. And then the Gilded Autumn. And then I made this adorable little treat box for Halloween with our plaid paper. So those were my projects from a couple weeks ago when I was live. Now, here's the promotion paperwork here. It's called the Get and Go. It's the discount shopper promotion. That's what I'm calling it. You can get the information at barbstamps.com, and you end up getting 2 stamp sets, rhinestones, supplies to create 16 cards, and a free paper pumpkin kit. So you get the code for that. So as I stated, these are the 2 free stamp sets that you get in your kit when you join in September. So Much Love and Queen Anne's Lace. They're both in the big catalog. You get a package of rhinestones that I don't have. Oh, yes, I do. I do have a pack of rhinestones. There you go. You get a pack of rhinestones. And then you're also going to get 16 cardstock kits, 8 of this one and 8 of this one. Now, let me just show you what you can create with your cardstock kits. So this one has a Granny Apple Green card base. And so here are a couple of cards that you can make with the supplies in those cardstock kits. One color of ink, Misty Moonlight. You could substitute black if you don't have that. But they're just very simple, cute cards, and I just love the color combination. They're very bright and springy and fun. Now this cardstock kit here would be the Coastal Cabana excuse me, kit, and here are 2 cards that you could make with that kit. Of course, you could make other cards too, and of course you could use other stamps. You can cut these pieces of cardstock, you know, any way you want to utilize them. You also get envelopes in the kit, so you get the 16 kits, and they all have envelopes in them too. So yeah, it's a pretty darn good deal for $99 plus tax. And don't forget, you get that $125 of whatever you want, which can include dun, 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 the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, because it's amazing and everyone needs it. Now, you may be saying, Barb, I don't need a die cut machine because I have a Big Shot or I have something else. Well, you know what? As much as I hate to say it, you do need it because it's amazing, and I'm going to show you a few things about why it is. So let me grab it here. So here it is. Now it's already, this is open. Of course, these 2 platforms, they do fold up and click into place. So that makes the footprint of the machine just a little bit smaller, so it doesn't take up quite as much room. You've got a nice compact handle here. We've got the turning handle. And then on the bottom are these little rubber feet that help it from sliding around. And I've said this before, but I'll say it again in case we have new people. These little rubber feet, they do collect like paper dust. You know, when you're die cutting things, you're creating paper dust. And so over the course of however long, they may get some paper dust on them, and then they don't stick nearly as well after that. So I just take some Scotch tape and I just press that onto my feet here and get all that paper dust off, so then I have a nice, it doesn't move around on me. Of course, the platforms, they open up, they are flat. When you press on them, there is no give. They are flat on my table. And I want to show you guys something. So let me grab something real quick. Okay. This is a set of dies that's in the big catalog that I purchased shortly after the catalog went live. I'm going to move this out of the way for a second. It's called the Many Medallions. And I was really intrigued by this die. I thought, this is a really cool die. So I had a Big Shot at the time because we didn't have our new machine yet. And I can't tell you how many times I ran this through my Big Shot with a variety of trying some different plates, trying some shims, trying to move it around on the platform, running it through 3, 4, 5, 10, 20,000 times. It would not cut. It did not matter what I did. It would not cut all the way through. And it was very frustrating to me. And so I just thought to myself, okay, well, that's just a die that I'm never going to use. Well, I got this bad boy. And allow me to show you. So I'm building my sandwich just like it tells me on my platform. I need plate 1, plate 2, plate 3, my paper, my die. Oops, I need one more plate 3. Where is it? Found it. Okay. And then the final plate 3. So I'm going to run this through at a tiny bit of a diagonal. Just because any die cutting machine, if you hit it flush with a flush surface, it's a little bit harder to get it through. So I'm going to hit it first in the smaller spot, and then it'll go through a little bit easier. So, okay, here we go. And it's a little tight, which is a good thing because you want it to cut. Okay. Let me move this out of the way. I'll just put it on the floor for the moment. Okay. So here is, watch. Look at that. These bits literally just flick out. There are just very few left in here that I can poke out with a pair of scissors or a piercing tool, my take your pick tool, and they just come out. And I literally am not even kidding when I tell you that with my Big Shot, there were pieces that I just could not get out no matter how much I tried. So this is seriously what sold me the most on this machine, was that right there. And I actually did that at a downline meeting that I had in my house here a couple weeks ago. Oops, I just made a mess. And one of my gals was here and we were talking about the machine, and I decided, let's just try this die. And I literally was dumbfounded and shocked. I could not believe how well that cut. So, testimony, girls and guys, whoever's watching this machine is amazing and you need it. So if you have a Big Shot or something like that, get rid of it. Sell it to somebody else. And get yourself a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And the best way to do that is by signing up to be a demonstrator right now. Okay, I digress. I didn't want to need them. Michelle, I am telling you, I cannot believe how well this thing cuts. It's amazing. So, I mean, I don't even care about the space-saving features of it. That doesn't matter to me at all because I have a pretty large table that I keep it on, and so that's not an issue for me. The issue for me was having to run something through the machine 50 times, and it still wouldn't cut right. So, anyway, yeah, get it for free right now. Not for free, for $99. Okay, next, what do we have here? I have my Create Where You Are September Kit to Go, which is a kit that uses, I use the Love of Leaves bundle in it. Does the Celebrate Sunflowers die? Oh, Marilyn, it comes out even easier because the pieces are a little bit bigger. And so here is one of the cards that I created for my kickoff event for this class. I just love how the dies, can you guys see that stitching that some of the dies, they stick in there if you want. It's really cool. And we're going to be doing that today. So I'm super excited about it. So this kit, in the kit, you get a half a pack of the plaid Tidings Designer Series paper. You get a quarter pack of the metallic cardstock. You get 2 yards of bumblebee ribbon, a pack of holiday rhinestones, the wrapped in texture folders, and the cardstock pieces that you need to create 8 cards for each of 2 designs with envelopes. You get all that for $45. And if you want to add this kit, this bundle, it's $56. You can email me for that and I can send you a PayPal link. But Super amazing deal, and there's really cute cards. This is one of the cards that you'll make in the class. The other ones, I'm kind of keeping them a secret. Okay. My Gilded Autumn online class is ready to go. If you purchase the bundle of products from me, you get the class and the pre-cut cardstock kit for free. You can order the class only for $30 or for $20, and with the pre-cut cardstock kit for $35. Celebrate Sunflowers online class. I still have some of those, and all the links to all this stuff is in the description of this video, you guys, so you can easily find this stuff. I still have this class available, $25 for the online only. Pre-cut cardstock kit and the class is $40. My Totally Techniques online club. Here are this is my card for the month of August. It was the inlaid embossing technique, so I used that Love of Leaves bundle again. So my girls get a little description here of how to do the technique, a sample of the technique, and then a card using the technique. All right, and that's it. Now we can stamp. We have all the blah, blah, blah out of the way, and now we can stamp. So let me get some supplies for something, and we'll make it. What are we going to do? Let's do this. Okay, so we are going to use, where did I put that stamp set that you get for free? Oh, it's over here. So we're going to use the Queen Anne's Lace stamp set. And we've got some cardstock pieces here. Okay, and that one. All right, so when I talked about in my Love of Leaves class that I have, this is the set of folders that you get in the class. It's the Wrapped in Texture folders. And I went ahead and used this one with this kind of dainty little print on this piece of soft seafoam. See, is that, no, that's not even what it's called. It's called Seaside Spray. Seaside Spray, yeah. I don't know what I'm talking about to get this done. So this is a 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. What else do we have? We have 2 pieces of Whisper White that are 5 1/4 by 4. I have this little piece of Whisper White. I wrote it down. It's 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. And then I have this piece of Gray Granite that's 2 1/2 by 4 1/2. And we're going to score that at 3 1/4. So let's just bring this in really quick. Slide this over to 3 1/4 and score it. Okay. So then I'm going to fold this up and I'm going to burnish that with my bone folder. And then I'm going to tear off about 1/2 inch. And the reason I made it extra long is because I need to be able to grip, you know, the piece of cardstock with both hands to tear that off. And I do find when I'm tearing, as you noticed, well, I'll show you on a scrap because I don't want to do that one again. But here's a scrap. When I tear, I have my hand on the cardstock and I pull it towards me. And I kind of move my fingers together down. And then I get a really nice torn edge that way. Okay, and then we were folding that up. So you get that really nice torn edge. Okay. Full of tips and tricks today, you guys. I'm not even kidding. All right, so we have a couple of stamps. So I have this large floral image from the set, and then this is kind of the detail or the filler image right there. So we're using that. And then we're going to use this on the front, and we're going to put this on the inside. So let me get some ink and some stamps and a scratch paper. Now this one's kind of messy, but I guess who cares? Okay, so we are going to ink this up in basic gray. Anybody got any questions about anything I'm doing or about the sign-up special? Again, this is one of the stamp sets you're going to get for free, and now you already have another idea of what to do with it, because I'm going to show you one. So I'm just kind of lining this up. I can barely tell where the edges are, but I think it's going to be all right. Normally I have to put a dark piece of cardstock under there, but we're not going to do that today. Okay, that worked out pretty good. Let me bring in my chamois. Clean that off. Okay. Then we are going to use the Seaside Spray and the filler image. And we're going to get that filled in. And I think what I'm going to do with this is I think I'm going to stamp it off once. And then we'll sort of see. Now I may have to get my head in here because I don't see that great. And well, we'll see how that worked. Actually, that wasn't terrible. So we're going to go ahead and leave it. All right. So I don't need this color ink anymore, but I do need the gray granite. Or not the gray granite, the basic gray. Actually, I should be using gray granite. What am I doing? Hold, please, while I find my gray granite. I don't think that's going to matter. If it does, then we are going to redo it, but I don't think it will. Okay. Where's my sentiment? That's a really good question. Oh, I think it's over here. Yes. Okay, so here's our gray granite. So we're going to ink that up, and I'm going to stamp this kind of down here at the bottom of the paper. Well, I got to bring out a piece of colored cardstock because I can't see. She says, she cried, I can't see. There. So if I add a dark piece of cardstock underneath, then I can totally see where the edges of my white are, and then it helps me stamp it where I want to. Okay, there we go. Is that crooked? Yes. Try it again. What did I do? I need to bring this down. Okay. So we're going to try this again. And we're going to try to make it not crooked. Or that needs to go up. Much better. Okay. So, where's my other little piece? Right here. So this little piece is going to go in here. So we're going to add a little seal on that. Whoops. Get that going here for me. I just replaced this yesterday during a video that I was shooting. Okay, so I'm going to set this inside, kind of having it line up on 3 sides. I don't care about the bottom because this piece is going to come up and cover that up, so we don't care if it actually fits in there or not. Okay, then we're going to wrap some ribbon around it. I need to find some. Which one do I want to use? I don't know. I think we're going to go with this gray granite stuff because it's really like satiny and shiny. It's really pretty. And I really like it. Ooh, Susan says she loves her chamois. You are welcome, Susan. Everyone should also have a chamois. You should have a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and you should have a chamois. Okay, so I'm going to wrap a ribbon around this, but I'm actually going to glue it closed first. I'm just going to add a tiny bit of adhesive and get that to stick. Okay, so then I like to have, whenever I tie a knot around something, I want it to be tight. And the best way for me to get it to be tight is to tie my ribbon around something and then trim it to fit. So that's what I'm going to do. Because I really struggle tying a ribbon around cardstock and getting it to look nice and lay flat. And it's just, the struggle is real. Even for me, I'm a professional, but it's still a struggle. So I just cheat. And I do it like this instead. So I tie my bow around a little bottle, and then I will trim off the ends. I think I need to come a little more off this one. And then I figure out where I want to put that. So I want my knot to be a little over to the side here. So that means I'm going to cut this right here. And I'm going to bring in a couple pieces of tape. Like I said, it's the cheater way. And then I will adhere these ends of this ribbon to the back of this little card piece here. And that way it's nice and tight and it makes me happy. Okay. And then we're going to manipulate that. There we go. Okay. So we have our front layer here. We're going to add this to the front of that. And I am going to, we'll try some seal here. I think 3 little passes ought to work. Right on the edge of the white. And this is, oh, obviously way too long. Which, you know, better to be too long than too short. So I'm actually going to do that. Just because I want to make sure I have the adhesive at the top. Okay. There we go. Carol likes that cheater way. You are welcome, Carol. The cheater way is a good way. It's a tip. Another tip. We're just, like I said, I'm full of tips. Okay, and then we're going to add this to the front of the main card here. Here we go. So we'll add a little seal to this in the corners. and maybe a tiny bit across the middle. And then we'll do this. Dolly says, my cheater way is to wrap ribbon around and secure, then take the ribbon and tie it on. You know what, Dolly, I've done that before, but there's just something about it doesn't always stay for me. Sometimes it comes undone, that little knot. And that just doesn't work for me. I'm pretty anal about my ribbons and bows. But I have done it and it works okay. All right, we have that. Then this little guy is going to go right here-ish. Actually, maybe we'll do dimensionals. Put some dimensionals on the back here. Okay. There we go. Oops, get off there. Okay, so we don't want to cover up our sentiment, of course. There we go. And then on the inside, we're going to add, we're going to do some more stamping. So I'm going to bring in the gray granite and we'll see if it even made a difference, if you can tell. I'm thinking you're not going to really be able to, but we'll find out. So I'm going to take the main image, here it is, and I cleaned it off, and I'm going to stamp this kind of right down here at the bottom. There we go. And then we're going to open up the Seaside Spray, and we're going to bring in that image over the top here. Stamp it off. Try not to bring my head in if I can help it. Normally I have to be like right over the top of it to see. And it could be better, but it could be a lot worse too. Okay, and then we need the inside sentiment, which I forgot to put on the block before I went live, so we're going to do that now. Okay, where is the block? Okay. And then we'll do the gray granite. And we'll get it in the middle and hope that it's not going to be crooked. I think that's good. Okay, so we can start. Uh-oh, look what I just did. The life of a stamper. Inky hands all day long. Okay, let me get some of this stuff out of the way and we'll finish that up. And then we will move on to our next amazing project. And I do have to tell you, it is pretty amazing. I was very excited today when I created it. Get that all cleaned off. The old chamois, we can move that out of the way. Move that out of the way. We're done with the ribbon. Ooh, we're going to need some rhinestones. Because rhinestones come in the kit if you sign up to be a demonstrator right now. So, of course, we're going to use some. And you know, I swear, every card I make could probably have rhinestones on it, literally. Here's another tip, you guys. Some of you may have seen it before, some of you might not care. When I put an inside into my card, I try to line it up on the, well, okay, so here's the card opened. So I line it up on the top, the bottom, and the side, but I always flip it so I work better on this side. For some reason, my eyes and my brain see that side better. So I'm not worried about this side inside the fold at all. I only care if these sides are even, because over here it doesn't matter because it's all the same color. So there's another little tip for you. I actually have had people tell me that's a dumb tip, but I don't think it is because I'm pretty anal and that's how I like my cards to look. So then we're going to add a few rhinestones. So let me take the pick tool out here. And remember, you get the rhinestones are free when you sign up. Ooh, and how about over here? There. We're just kind of randomly throwing them out there. Lynn says she loves bling. I do too. And I can't tell you how many packages of rhinestones I've gone through in my 17-year career as a demonstrator. Probably hundreds, because I just love bling so much. Okay, so there's card number 1. Let me get to the supplies for card number 2. Ready. Now we are going to be using the Love of Leaves bundle. This is, as I mentioned before, my Create Where You Are kit for September. So again, you're going to get the supplies to create 8 cards for each of 2 designs. And in your kit, you will get a half a pack of the Plaid Tidings Designer Series paper, quarter pack of the metallic cardstock, a pack of holiday rhinestones, 2 yards of bumblebee ribbon, the folders that I talked about in the last card, and I think I said everything, and the envelopes to match. So Okay, so we are going to start out. We're going to use a crumb cake card base. We have a piece of the, this is the bronze metallic cardstock. We have a layer for the inside, and then we have about a 3 by 5 1/4 inch piece of white. And I have some sneaky things here that I'm trying to hide from you, so hold on. I don't want you to see them quite yet. All right. If you guys could see the mess that I make when I'm creating, it's pretty funny. Okay, so the Love of Lee stamp set, obviously the die set. These large pieces of the dies add the stitched detail to the leaves if you want, or you can just cut the leaf out after you stamp it. So they all have these, like this one here, I have them attached together so that when I cut out a leaf, I can cut it out and have the design on it. But these, I'm doing something different with them for this card, so I did unhook those. And then this piece here is just a lot of stitching that actually is pretty cool. Charlene says she likes the Queen Anne's lace stamp set. I do too, Charlene, and honestly, I have to admit this, you guys, I hadn't even looked at it until Stampin' Up! Said that it was going to be in the starter kits for the month of September. And I thought, you know what, I really like that, and I like the other one too, so I got them. I'm a sucker. Okay, crumb cake card base. Inside layer we don't need right now. The white layer we do need right now. So let me get a scratch paper here. What am I trying to find? I need the rest of my stamps. I need my ink colors, which are Crumb Cake and Pool Party and Rococo Rose and Old Olive. And then my sentiment I'm going to stamp in Soft Suede, but we don't really need that right now. So I am going to put my stamps in front of the colors that I'm going to stamp them in, so I don't mess that up. Okay. Oh, that's what I wanted, was a foam mat. Where the heck is my foam? Oh, here it is. Okay. So here's a foam pad, because we need a foam pad to do this. I'm going to push those up just a tad. Uh-oh. All right. So I did say this was like 3 by 5 1/4. So we are going to start out with the large leaf here in Pool Party. So I'm just inking that up. And I'm just going to kind of stamp that right up here at the top. Then I'm going to ink it up again. And I'm going to bring it down here. About like so. And then I have this next style of leaf. I'm going to ink it up in the Rococo Rose. We're going to stamp one right down here. And then I'm going to stamp one up in here. There we go. This leaf here, we're going to stamp in Pear Pizzazz. So I'm going to have it kind of come in like so. And you might notice that these leaves look like they're not stamping all the way. They're supposed to do that. That's how it's designed. It's kind of one of those distinctive type stamps. And actually, I need to put one up there, but I'm going to add this one first. And so they actually give a little bit of, or they don't completely stamp all the way. It's designed into the image itself. So it's not a defect or anything. It's supposed to be like that. And it's actually, I really like it. We have a lot of distinctive stamps in our catalog, and they're really cool. All right, and we'll stamp this down here. And then again, like I said, my green one, we're going to go up here. Okay, so we are done. Ooh, almost. Hold on. I do want to stamp the inside of the card. I do want to give it a little bit of interest in here. So we're going to add a Rococo Rose. And maybe some Pool Party, and then maybe we'll throw in a, no, not doing that. That's not going to look right. We're going to maybe throw in the Pear Pizzazz leaf up here. Okay, that looks good. Now, before I get out of here, I'm going to clean these off so that I don't end up touching them and getting ink on my hands, because clearly I have a problem. Okay, we're going to put those away, and we're going to put the ink away, and then we're going to do something really cool to these leaves with our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. and the brand new magnetic cutting plate. So prepare yourselves to be amazed with our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine again. Okay, so here it is again. But this time we're going to use the magnetic plate. And I got to remember where I put it. Oh, it's over here. Found it. Okay, so this is the magnetic plate, okay? And unlike the magnetic platform that you may have purchased for your Big Shot machine, which was a thick platform, that platform had little circle magnets in it, like this. There was just little circle magnets inside that platform. And so you may have noticed when you put a die on that platform, trying to find my leaf dice here, what did I do with them? Look at there. So if you would put a small die, it would move it around. It would pull it to the closest magnet, okay? So while it was a good idea in theory, it didn't actually work out to be so great because it was very frustrating. So Stampin' Up! Designed their machine with an entire magnet sheet. This is an entire sheet of magnet, and then it's covered with a self-healing mat, okay? So this is very, very cool. I got it yesterday, and I am super excited about it. It's marked number 5. So, whoops. And number 5, it comes with directions, and it tells you that number 5 replaces one of the number 3 cutting pads, okay? So, to do what we're going to do, we're using our number 1. Whoops, I better bring them in. We're using number 1, number 2. Then we're going to put number 5 on as a replacement for a number 3. Then we're going to put our cardstock on here, and we're going to put these little leaf pieces on here. And you see, it stays where I put it. It doesn't get pulled in any other direction. It just stays there. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the stitching to these stamped images. And it's going to look really, really cool. Okay, we're going to get that one. Ah, it's stuck on my finger. We're going to put that one on there. This one I'm going to scoot over just a tad. Okay, then we're going to cover it with a number 3 cutting plate. Here it is. And we're going to run it through. Okay. Wow, look at that. The dies don't fall off or anything. And then look what they do. Look at that cool stitching. Isn't that fun? I'm super excited about these dies and all the stuff that they can do. So then we are going to run this through again. So we're going to put our dies back on here. Okay, that one there. And we're going to run that through again. Put our number 3 on the top, and oops, I got to get it to engage. Okay, and I'm only going to go through that far, and then I'm going to go back because I don't want to smash the embossing that I've already done on these other leaves. Okay, now I'm not going to do the ones on the end. I don't really think it's super necessary. So, but look at that. Look how cool that is with those stitching lines. I am totally in love. And I am totally in love with this little magnetic cutting plate. Now, one last thing about the self-healing mat. You definitely want to give your dies, rotate them around. You don't want to always cut everything in the middle, because if you cut everything in the middle, eventually you're going to wear out this self-healing mat in the middle, and you'll need to replace it because it won't work anymore. Okay, so just remember to move your dies around, move your paper around. Since the thing cuts literally anywhere on this platform, like I showed you in the very beginning with that very intricate die, you can cut anywhere on this plate and it will work. Okay, so there's a tip for you, because as I've said before, Barb is just full of tips. Okay, so we have that. We have our card base. We have our card middle. Ooh, we have this piece of the bronze metallic cardstock. I'm going to cut this in half. It's 1 inch by like 5.5, and I want it to be 2 half-inch pieces because I'm kind of cheap, and so I want there to be bronze metallic paper outside of my white, but I don't want to use an entire sheet because, you know, it's a little more expensive than just standard cardstock, and so I kind of want to conserve it if I can. So that's what we're doing. We're going to do a little conserving, and I'm trying to get my liquid glue here because I'm just going to add a tiny bit of liquid glue right on the edge. And then I'm going to add this strip here to the edge. And I'm going to leave, I'm going to guess, it's going to be about 1/8 of an inch-ish. There we go. And then I will add a little, oh, that popped right off. Hang on. That's a redo. Flip it over. And start again. I didn't press very hard because I thought it would stay. Apparently it won't. So we're going to try that again. And then we're going to bring it around and get this piece on. So this is a way to conserve your metallic cardstock or your foil sheets, whatever. I'm just really liking this metallic cardstock. I think it's really cool. Well, you guys are liking my color combination. Thank you. I thought it was kind of fun. I was just kind of messing around, seeing what I like, and those came out really well. So we're going to put this on a crumb cake card base. Yep, that should work. And now I can go ahead and use some seal. Oops, I got to get it rolling again. I screwed it up last time I used it. Here we go. Oh yeah, I am struggling with this thing today. I don't know what the heck. Normally I don't. Okay, so we're going to add this to the front. We're going to leave about 1/4 of an inch at the top, 1/4 of an inch of the crumb cake cardstock showing. And you can cheat and use your grid paper if you want to find your 1/4 inch. Okay, I'm going to do that. Press it down really well. Do I need to trim off any of the edge? Tiny bit. It's always better to have your cardstock be too long than not long enough. Okay, so we're not quite done. We do need to add a sentiment. So here's my sentiment. It actually comes from the stamp set. And it says, your friendship is something I know I can count on. And so we got to get a scrap of white here somewhere because I forgot it. Oh, good thing I have my paper right next to where I film. Okay. You know what, guys? I'm feeling a hot flash coming on. So, pardon me while I take my jacket off. Jeez. Whew. She's a hot one. Okay. Then, I would take this, well, I don't have my die with me because it's over where I do my die cutting, but I was going to cut it out with one of these fun little dies from the Hippo and Friends die set. There is a ton of super cute labels in that set. If you don't have it, definitely look at it. You don't necessarily have to buy the stamps if you don't like those cutesy little hippos, unicorns, and stuff. But the dies have some really, really fun labels in them, and that's really the only reason I got them. But I went ahead and got the stamp set too, just because I thought, nah, well, what the heck. Oh my, look what I did. Remember when I stamped the inside of my card? Look how that's going to work. Is that going to work? Is that going to be stupid? Because I actually stamped it so I was thinking that my card would be positioned like this, but it's going to be positioned like this. And so I'm wondering, looking at it now, is that going to look dumb? Do I need to redo it? I think I'm going to. Because that's going to bug me. All right, where's my stamps? And the green one. All right, here we go. That's a redo. As you guys know, when you watch me, that's just how I roll. Kind of do some ditzy things sometimes. That was definitely one of my ditzier things that I've done. Okay, now I need my scratch paper back. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to put that over there. Do I have ink on my hands? I mean, I have lots of stains, but I can't tell if I actually have ink. Okay, so this we're going to do again. Ooh, you know what I'm going to do this time? I'm going to stamp this kind of like right here. And then I'm going to come kind of around it a little bit. Better than I was able to the last time because I stamped this too close. So I'm going to bring that. I just want that. Can I get it? Kind of. And then I'm going to bring this up at the top. Just a tiny bit in the corner. And a tiny bit with this one. Do that again and see if we can get it to work. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. I'm not going to clean those off. I'm just going to shove them clear out of the way because we ain't got time for that. That's a joke. And that was some terrible English. All right. So now we can stick it to the inside of the card and it will actually be oriented the right way. My seal is not wanting to come off. I wonder if I have glue stuck on it. So again, I'm going to do my little cheater way and only line up the 3 sides with my inside layer here. Is that what I wanted to do? Yes. Okay. Get that, and there we go. Yay! So then we're going to add our little sentiment to the front, and I went ahead and die cut a leaf out of Rococo Rose and then a leaf out of that bronze metallic cardstock. And so we're going to add these to the front. I need some dimensionals. Where are they? Here we go. So I'm going to add my little sentiment piece. And we're going to put it here. And then these little guys, I'm just going to kind of have them kind of come out slightly. So that one. We will kind of tuck under just a bit. Oh, good Lord, I'm shedding like a dog. Get out of their hair. And, whoops, no, not quite like that. Like that. And this little guy, we're going to add kind of like right here. There! It's done! Isn't it cute? I'm loving that! And again, you guys, look at that detail. That after we stamped it, we were able to add that fun detail. So, super fun. Okay, let me... Do I want to add any bling? Oh, I was going to add some of these gilded gems. I got a whole bunch here. I actually had... I made some cards, and then I realized that they were not so great. And so I took all the gilded gems off of them. And here we have a bag full of gilded gems. So we'll see if we can get them out of the bag and on the card. I don't know. No promises. We'll see what happens. So here's one. That one doesn't have any glue on it, so we'll add a tiny bit of liquid glue. And wherever I drop it, it's going to have to stay because I don't want it to move around with the glue. And how about this one? I can get it out of the bag. This was maybe one of those things I shouldn't have done. Maybe I should have just said, you know, cut my losses and tossed them in the trash, but I didn't. So there you go. Oh, it's stuck. Oh, I think I got it. How about that? So there it is. I cracked myself up. Okay, so now we are going to bring out the stuff for the next card. And it's going to use the other stamps. Oh, before I do that, I wanted to show you my other things I was working on. So here are some other color combinations that I pulled out today before I actually figured out this one here. So this one I've got Calypso Coral, Poppy Parade, Old Olive, and Crumb Cake. That was one that I also made. And then this one here is Pacific Point, Mango Melody, Bermuda Bay, and Coastal Cabana. And it wasn't that I didn't like either one of these. They just weren't, it just wasn't speaking to me like this did. This really spoke to me today, so that is why we went with that. So there you go. Okay, let's put all that away. And then we will get out our next goodies here. And that next project is going to use the So Much Love stamp set right here, which is another one that you can get for free if you join as a demonstrator in September. And so, as I showed you guys in the beginning, this is one of the samples that Stampin' Up's provided us that you could use with the kit pieces that you get in your kit. Okay, well, I kind of took that a little farther. And I thought, well, what if we decided to use some other colors? You know, how would that work out? So I chose some other colors. So I chose a Coastal Cabana card base, a layer of Magenta Madness, a strip of a Gorgeous Grape, which is 1 inch by 4, and then a little strip of Mango for my sentiment. This is 3/4, and the length doesn't matter because we're going to cut it. So, and the card obviously is super simple. There's literally nothing to this. You stamp this a couple times, you put your sentiment, and you glue it together, and you're good to go. But we're going to step this up a tiny bit. Okay, so we're going to fold our card base. There we go. And this piece here, we're going to do a little bit of scoring on it with my Simply Scored board, which I haven't used in a hot minute, but it's going to be perfect for this particular thing that I want to do. So I want to put some diagonal scored lines on this little piece here. So I'm going to have to hold it in place, you know, with my hands. And so I'm going to get it where I want it. And then I'm just going to start scoring it. Whoops, I want to use the tiny end. Nope, that was the tiny end. I can't see. Okay, so I'm just going to score a few score lines on this. And then I'm going to come over and I'm going to do it on the end too. So I am putting some pretty good pressure on this. Oops. Okay, and we're going to do that one. And we'll get one right here. Am I getting that? Can't see. Okay. So I just have added some diagonal lines on both ends of this little strip. So that's the first thing we're going to do to jazz it up. Now, you could probably use a paper cutter. Good grief. But I think it would be a little harder to get the lines evenly spaced. That's why I decided to use that. Okay. So we've got that done. Now we're going to do some stamping on this layer here. And this set includes two pretty large flowers. This one's a little bit smaller, but we're going to use this one here. And then we're going to use the Here For You sentiment. Okay, so I need my black ink. So we're going to ink this up. And I need my scratch paper back again. Okay. And since it's a little bit larger image, I'm going to do it upside down. And then I'm just going to stamp that right here. Oof, I fudged that up. Hold on, we're going to do the back. I thought it when I felt it touch down before I was ready. I knew I'd messed it up. Okay, we're going to do that again. There we go. Okay. Then I'm going to ink it up again. And then we're going to stamp it at the bottom of the thing. And we're going to go about like so. Okay, so we've got that. While I have my ink out, I'm going to stamp my sentiment. It says Here For You. Right on this little strip here. There we go. Now, if you have it, we have this amazing new little punch in our holiday catalog called the Banners Pick-a-Punch, and exactly what it does is it makes banners, and you can make banners in 1/2 inch, 3/4, or inch. So this is a 3/4, so I'm going to slide that in. You can see it fits right in the 3/4 slot. I got to open it up though, and then I'm going to bring it to the back. Now I can see that the end of my sentiment is right there, and I don't want to cut that off, so I'm going to back this off just a little bit. And then I'm going to punch it so that I don't take off. Actually, start over. I took off something and I didn't want to. So there's always the other side of the paper, right? Okay. There. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to slide that in. And this time I stamped it purposely not quite so close to the end so that when I actually clip it off, it's way better. All right, so then I need to cut that. You could use your scissors, but I really like this little tiny trimmer. This was actually another free gift for demonstrators way back during Celebration. So some of you who joined back then will have that little gem. I love having it on my desk. It's super cute, and that's really helpful. Okay, so we're going to close that up. So now we have all these pieces, just like we had on our original card. But I kind of thought, what would this look like if we scrunched this up? If we very gently and carefully folded this and bunched it up. How would that look? And you know what? I tried it earlier and it does look kind of cool. It just adds a little something. It just adds some interest and some dimension to the card without, you know, any extra tools. You don't have to buy anything because you have hands. And if you have like a injured wrist or an injured, you know, finger or something, get your kids to do it. Kids probably would love to destroy this. Now, I'm not probably being as rough as a kid might be. I'm trying to purposely not, you know, just destroy it, but I am wrinkling it up and scrunching it up. Okay, there we go. So then we're going to unwrinkle it, and then it's going to look really cool. And I actually think I'm going to like fold that corner in just so it even looks even more wrinkly. Okay, so now we can go ahead and assemble. So we're going to add our little strip here to the front. About, let's see, where is this one? We're going to kind of copy it because we're, oh my gosh, it's too long. Hold on. I think when I cut this, I meant to cut it at 4, and I think I cut it at 4 1/4. So we're just going to trim that off just a tiny bit. Okay, now we're good. All right, so we're going to do that. And I'm going to try, it's a little high. Bring it down just a bit. I think right there is where I want it. Okay, so then I'm going to add this with some dimensionals. Get that off there. So we're going to put the dimensionals on the back. There we go. Peel them off. And then we're just going to kind of add this to the side. Trying to center it. And with it's being wrinkly, it's a little harder to center it than it would be if it wasn't wrinkly. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my little sentiment piece right on there. Like so. And what do you guys think of my color combination? Do you like it? Do you hate it? I thought it was kind of interesting. Whoops, that didn't work. You may have to press it down a little harder. Isn't that fun? How that's all wrinkly and squishy and messy? I'm kind of digging it. Okay, I want my rhinestones back. Because since you get rhinestones in the kit, you might as well use them. Okay, so let's do, we'll just copy where we had them on this. Why not? Easy peasy lemon squeezy, as they say. And I'll just add another one right there. Oh, these two, somehow that did not stick where it was supposed to. Okay, so there it is. Added a little bit of fun without really, you know, it didn't cost us anything extra to do that. So here is the one that Stampin' Up! Designed. Here's mine. And then I did do one other one this afternoon when I was deciding on my color combination. Not that I don't like it, because I do like it, but I don't like it as well as I like these two. I guess I'm in a bright, bold kind of mood today, so I am very much digging on these color combinations more so than that one today anyway. So those are the projects. Let me get them back in here. Now I am going to upload this video to YouTube, so if you're on YouTube, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel down here in the corner. And if you're on Facebook, like my page, please. It helps me out so much and allows me to keep bringing you guys this free content. All right, so let me bring in the ones that we did. We had that one. We had both of these that I didn't actually make that one, but you know. And then we have this. My host code for the month is right here. You can shop at my store right here. And I'll see you guys next week. So thanks so much. Remember to check out all my goodies in the description box below this video. Purchase things if you want. I would greatly appreciate it. And have a great day. I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.